What is wrong with me? Does somebody know? What is wrong with me? Do my thoughts go way too deep? What is wrong with me? Does somebody know? 'Cause I don't know, I don't know, no, I don't know, I don't know why. What is wrong with me? Say 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 what is wrong with me? Oh, yeah. Welcome to my chaos. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if this is your first time. My name is Megan, and I am sharing today my experience with just the continued clutterization of my kitchen and dining area. Um, for whatever reason, this is a place where I just cannot seem to get a grip, no matter what I put in place. I have an evening routine that I've started doing over the past month or two, and it has been very helpful. Definitely has reduced the amount of clutter and mess in the kitchen area, but it hasn't completely solved the problem because whenever there is an off day or an off afternoon, this, what you see here, is what happens. And I will link the video that I did on my evening routine up here and then also in the description if you're curious about that, because it really has helped me. Having a routine has been very helpful. It has been very satisfying in a lot of ways. I enjoy it in the evenings when I have time, but there have just been days where, if we're out of the house, like we went to downtown Chicago a couple of days ago, and we didn't get back until 10 o'clock at night, and there just was no way that I was going to take the time to clear off the kitchen counters at that point. I was just ready to get my daughter ready for bed, get myself ready for bed, and just go to bed. So that is what happens. That's kind of the problem when you put things off or you have a life, you have a real life. So what you'll be seeing in this video today is me just doing the basic stuff again for the 500th time on this channel. So if you're here again, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to support me and be interested in what I have to say and do. I do have some different types of videos coming out soon. I will let you know about that. I am on a weight loss journey as well, like in addition to my decluttering and home improvement and schedule improvement journey. So I do have some videos coming out about my weight loss journey in the next week or so. I also have been making some videos about mental health and addiction and things like that. I know those are not for everybody, but this channel, has kind of fallen into a cleaning and decluttering channel. And if you like that type of video, do not worry, I will continue to put that content out there into the world. But I also am just feeling like, after 7 months of making videos, I want to expand a little bit. I want to share more of my life, more of my process, more of what it looks like to improve your whole life, right? Not to just declutter the physical items in your home, not to just keep the physical aspects of your home tidy and neat, but what does it look like when you're trying to declutter your whole life? I mean, that is kind of my tagline for this channel, is declutter your life. And I'm really digging into that. I'm really getting deeper into that right now. I'm finding some success with my house, even though it's not perfect. I'm finally finding some success with my body, just how it feels to move my body every day, to be more mindful of my eating and the types of foods that I put into my body. And so I think that decluttering your life is just way more global than just actually decluttering and taking care of your physical environment. So I hope that those of you who like these types of videos will just come along for the ride and see. Uh, Here, right now, you can see that little spice rack. I had intentions for that spice rack to get some little bud vases and put little flowers in there, but I still have not done that. I'm not really a decorator. I am barely functioning as somebody who keeps my house clean, so I feel like decorating is a whole nother level. And I'm so sorry. My daughter thinks that my that camera work there was her. She thinks that my tripod is like a microphone stand, and it's really cute. When I put it down short, she likes to pretend to sing with it, and she has like a specific song that she wants me to play, and she likes to pretend to sing. Super cute. But that's what was happening with the camera work back there because she wanted to use the tripod for her own purposes. So here you're seeing me just kind of get the countertops cleared off. My daughter still does take a bottle at night, but she's kind of weaning off of those. Oh, and here, I don't know, are you guys butter on the counter people, or are you butter in the fridge people? We keep most of our butter in the fridge, but I do keep some out on the counter for use with toast and stuff, and I like it, but I know some people are kind of weirded out by that. So, I don't know. You tell me. What do you guys do with the butter? Oh, and here I am. We had some cobwebs under there, and I am just using that Thieves brand. Well, it's Young Living essential oil brand, but the Thieves Cleaner. I think for the kitchen, it's just a really nice clove, like warm kind of smell. So that is the one product that I have from Young Living. And you can get it on Amazon too. I know people sell it directly, but you can get it on Amazon. So I have it linked if you are interested in trying it out. It's pretty nice. I think it cleans well and it smells really nice. Um, so check it out if you would like. I do get a small couple of pennies if you buy anything from my Amazon links, but yeah, try it out. Oh, the stove. I will say my husband was really proud of me that I cleaned the stove because that is usually the thing, especially during my like evening cleanups that I neglect because I don't know, it just feels like extra work to remove all of those grates and to actually clean it. But it always feels really nice once it's done. So maybe I'll add it to the routine, the evening routine, the famous evening routine. I don't know. Guys, the evening routine is such a great concept. It is a beautiful concept. And when it works, it really, really works. But when it doesn't work, when life happens and gets in the way, it, then I end up cleaning for like 2 hours on a Saturday or Sunday. But I think this one actually, this day that I was cleaning, I think only took me maybe an hour or so because I wasn't having to do a big declutter or cleanup of all the other rooms in the house since I had done that the weekend before. So good job, me. Good work. We also, I'm very proud to report, have been maintaining, especially the basement. I think if you remember, if you watched my video from last week where I did like a whole house reset and finally tackled the basement, we are still maintaining a pretty darn clear and clean basement. I am very proud. I think my theory is correct that well, it's not my theory, but I'm sure someone has thought of it before me, but the theory that, if you have clutter and mess, it's like a magnet that attracts more clutter and mess, but if you have a clean space, you are more likely to keep it clean. I really think that is holding true in our basement. Even my son commented on it, that he's finding it much easier to want to put things away, like his shoes at the end of the day, when other shoes are organized, when there's not already a terrible pile. So that has been going well. That is one thing that we have maintained. But also, I think that's one thing we've maintained because we're not down there a whole lot. So the areas of the house that we use a lot are the ones that are the constant upkeep. And here we are. I am a wonderful mother putting on the television for my child. She does watch TV, she does watch YouTube, she watches her iPad. That is truly the only way that I am ever able to clean if she's awake. So I am, really, really proud of that. No, I know. I mean, honestly, I think anything in moderation is not terrible. Like, I don't sit her in front of the TV all the time, but whenever you see her in these videos, watching her iPad or watching TV, just know that that's not what happens all day long from morning till night. Usually, we normally do have other activities that go on, but just when I happen to be cleaning, that's how I occupy her so that she doesn't lose her mind. And that was the one clip where you will see my husband cleaning. He partnered with me on this day. I am so grateful to him. I'm loving it when we do these kind of quick 1 or 2 hour tidy ups on the weekends, because when I'm doing it, it inspires him to also help. And he actually is a very clean person and is a more tidy and organized person than I am. So it's just that usually on the weekends he's busy doing other things like mowing the lawn or fixing something around the house. And so I don't know, for whatever reason, the last couple weekends, it has been possible for him to join me in the cleaning. And it's been really nice because then we get twice as much done, or we get the same amount done, but in half the time, which is fantastic. This is an area that both of us have a problem with, our mail. We we don't like to go through our mail, so I that's when I usually end up doing it, and we throw away a ton of it because it's junk. Um, and then here, those papers that are stacked, those little postcards, are marketing materials for my business. And I'll talk about this a little bit later, but um, I am one of my goals for this day that I was cleaning. Oh, I had a bunch of ants come out from under that fruit um, stand. Oh my gosh, the big ants. I hate ants so much. Oh, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. There's so many. We still have not conquered our ant problem. I know I talked about it before. I'm getting them with the bleach. I'm sorry for any like vegans or PETA people, but I really have no qualms with killing ants. I'm so sorry. I just no mercy. Ants and spiders, as long as they're small, I don't have a big issue with terminating them. But um, anything larger, I call for backup because I don't like to squish them. But anyway, one of the things that I'm working on and one of my goals for this cleanup on this particular day was to figure out a solution for my business items. I do not have a home office. I have an office for my small business that my co-owners and I rent out or are renting. So we do have a professional office, but I do not have a home office. And so therefore, I do not have a place where I keep my Chromebook and my notebooks and my marketing materials and my pens and calendars and all that stuff. I mean, I have a place, but it is on the kitchen table, and that is not acceptable because, or the kitchen counter too. That's where those fl flyers were, postcards. So I keep it all over the kitchen because that's where I use those things the most. But it's really not good when we want to eat or have people over or things like that. So by the end of this video, I did find a solution and I'm very happy with it. So stay tuned if you want to see what that solution was. It's working out really well. I've been doing it for a few days now. I've recorded this over the weekend, and now it's a Wednesday when I'm doing the voiceover. This is an example of just me being an excellent mom again, just spending time letting my daughter run her hands under the water, and just taking sort of a mental break. She would let me run the sink 24 hours a day if I allowed it. She loves running water so much, but I did cut it a little short because I needed to move on while I still had motivation. We did also buy her a pretend sink that works, but it actually no longer works. So I need to figure out how to fix that, or actually figure out how to have my husband fix that, because I put new batteries in it, and that was about the extent of what I knew to do. So, but I like the little toy sink that works because oh, I'm checking to see if the ants are gone. They are not. I had to get a few more off. But the toy sink is great because she can run it, like it recycles the same water over and over in the sink, and so I don't waste water when she plays with that. But she much prefers the real sink, of course, as most kids do. They know when something is pretend. All right, what are we doing next? Oh, we're putting everything back. So the countertops are pretty much done. I was really proud of myself that I did all of that and that I also got to the stove. It feels so much better when it's done. I always feel better. I never regret working on it or spending time cleaning up. It's just, the motivation to do it is sometimes rough, especially at the end of the day. So I don't know, maybe I can add the kitchen cleanup to my morning routine. Who knows? But I feel like my morning routine is getting very, very full. Oh, these nectarines were a little tricky. They were very ripe when I bought them, so some of them were a little overripe. But I'm gonna just put them in the fridge and hope for the best, and also deal with those massive cucumbers that somebody gave my husband at work. Uh, they ended up being a great snack. Oh, my daughter is running out of patience with my cleaning. She would like more attention, so we are we have about maybe 10 more minutes uh, until I have to move on. But yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful countertop, that clear countertop. And there's the rest. There's what I have left to do. Um, this countertop oh, and look, oh, the table's clean. It's magic. Beautiful. Oh, just kidding. I wouldn't deprive you of watching the whole process. That would be cruel. We aren't going to use the magic of editing today. Although I like that concept, that shot, the instant magical fix. I wish it were that simple, but sadly, it is not. So, this process is really just, you know, the basic stuff. I'm gathering all the toys. I'm gathering, I will eventually like break down all the cardboard boxes and get rid of the garbage and just declutter all of the junk that has accumulated on the kitchen table. Uh, I am sad to report, I think I have admitted this before, but I am sad to report that almost every item that I can see right now is either mine or was placed there by me. So, like this basket that I'm filling up with all of my daughter's items, she did put some of them on the table herself or brought them in from the living room or her room. But ultimately, like, I kind of feel like her stuff is my responsibility since she's only two. So, so most of that stuff is mine. And like you see, we're dealing with more mail here. those blue boxes next to me, those were my new contact lens boxes that just got delivered. So that's mine. The green Chromebook is mine. The sunscreen was put there by me. The extra diaper was put there by me. Like all of this stuff. Okay, those are the only two items that I'm taking right now, the syrup and the hot sauce. Those are the only two things that my son took there. Everything else, unfortunately, was me being irresponsible. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work on this. All right. Here is my solution. Here's my brilliant office solution. So that white basket had been sitting under the table for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks since the last time I decluttered my daughter's room, and I realized I didn't really need it in her room. So that basket was just sitting under the dining room table for no reason. And I realized that it would be the perfect place to keep my business items. Like it would be a really great solution for all of my personal belongings that need to stay close by in the kitchen because again, I when I work at home, I work at that table. But it would be a nice way to keep it off of the table and contained so that when we have somebody over, like my husband's oldest daughter comes over at least once a week, if not twice a week, that we just have space, that we have space to sit down and not have to shuffle things around in order for everyone to be accommodated. So I'm really happy with that. Like I said earlier, it has been working out pretty well. I have been keeping my things there. It's been really nice. I also put like the bags, the extra bags and things, I put those items on top of the basket. So that's been great. And yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm happy with that solution. I had been asking my husband if he could like build some sort of shelf or cabinet or something, but his idea is his idea is that I should just change my behavior and become a good person who is disciplined and, puts my stuff down in the basement or somewhere in our bedroom every day. But that solution was not realistic for me, unfortunately. I mean, I am learning through my weight loss journey and process that I am capable of being a disciplined person and changing my behavior because I have lost a significant amount of weight in the last 30 days and I plan to continue working on that. But uh, I think it's not realistic to change all of my all of my habits at once, all of my behaviors at once. That might be a bridge too far. So I think keeping the office items upstairs where I actually use them in a basket is the best temporary solution until we either move somewhere that has an office on the main level or, I don't know. I don't know what else the other option is. So yeah, like I said, really happy with that. And I think it's workable. I think that's really something that every I wasn't happy that he was standing right in front of the in front of the camera. I was trying to stare at him so he would move, but I eventually used my words and it worked out. But anyway, I think people need to find what works for them, right? As a counselor, I encounter all kinds of different people who have all kinds of different brains that work all kinds of different ways. And, a solution that I think might work may not work for another person. And I had a client just today where that was the case, where I had suggested a bit of homework for them to try, and they tried it, which I appreciated. They tried it in good faith. And then they came back today and reported that it was more overwhelming for them to do it that way. And so I had to pivot. I had to realize, like, oh, okay, for her brain, that is not the solution. So we need to problem solve. We need to brainstorm and come up with a different solution that's not overwhelming for her brain. So I think in this decluttering process, in this home organization and cleaning process, it is so important for each person to figure out what works for them. So if you are seeing my process and thinking, wow, that's really silly, or I don't understand that, or why don't you just, XYZ? Uh, because my brain works differently than yours maybe, and that's okay. And the best way for me to learn what works for me is trial and error. So that's really kind of what this channel has become, is me trying different things, me failing a bunch, and then also me succeeding in different ways and for different periods of time. Things that work for me for a while are great, and then maybe at some point I need to adjust. Like my evening routine. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I made a video a few weeks ago about how excited I was about my new evening routine. And I was very, very consistent with it for a while. And then there was a period of time where I sort of lost steam and I wasn't as consistent. And so now, as I'm noticing how much extra work that's causing me on the weekends, it's time to sort of recalibrate and look back and say, okay, there's a reason that I was happy about the evening routine. There were some parts of it that were great. And now it's clear that, there's parts that were unrealistic for sustainability for me. So now it's time to recalibrate, time to look and see what it is that works, what it is that doesn't work, and what behaviors I can change maybe throughout each day to make the evening routine a little bit easier. Because I think my ultimate goal is to become a person who is more mindful as I go throughout my day. Now, with a toddler, that's really difficult because I get distracted very easily and very often. So I can't always just clean as I go, as a lot of people suggest. But I think my daughter is getting old enough now where I can be better about it and just be more mindful and make better choices throughout each day. So that is my that is my goal. And there's my little office area. So happy. There's my clean table. So excited. And my clean countertops. And I am just so happy. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.